Hello everyone and welcome. Today we are going to delve into a physical scene topic, the culture and generational influences on audience communication in Malaysia. This is a subject that not only academically rich but also deeply relevant in our increasingly interconnected world. Here's an overview of what we'll be covering today. We'll start with an introduction, then explore the rich culture diversity of Malaysia, followed by an examination of generational difference in communication. We'll then look at how those two factories combine to impact audience analysis, and finally, we'll conclude with a summary and references. Let's begin with the introduction. Malaysia, as many of you know, is a vibrant tapestry of countries. This diversity, when combined with the rapid change brought about by digitalization, creates an unique landscape for communication. Our goal today is to unpack how this culture and generation factories influence how audience receive and interpret messages. To set the stage, let's consider the research background. Malaysia's unique culture composition with its mix of Malays, Chinese, Indians, and indigenous peoples provides a rich context for studying cross-culture communication. The advent of digital media has only added another layer of complexity as different generations adopt to new communication technologies and vary rates. At the heart of our discussion is this core argument that both culture, diversity, and generation differences are pivotal in shaping how Malaysia communicate, interpret messages and energy with media. Is an interaction of those two forces that makes audience analysis in Malaysia such a nuanced and important field. Now, let's turn our attention to the first major section, culture diversity in Malaysia. Malaysia's cultural diversity is most evident in its ethnic and linguistic composition. The main ethnic groups, Malays, Chinese, and Indians, each bring their our unique languages, religions, and traditions to the table. For example, Bahasa Malaysia is the national language, but Mandarin and Tamil are also well spoken. This difference has to profound impact on communication as creation words gestures and even communication styles can carry a different means across cultures. Beyond language and ethnicity, ethnicity cultural values also play a significant role in shaping communication expectation. Malaysian culture, for instance, places a strong uh, emphasis on collectivism, means that group harmony and consensus are highly valued. There is also a deep receptor for heritage, uh, which influences how people interact with authority figures and elders. Additionally, indirect communication is common, with many Malaysians preferring subtlety and no verbal course. Our direct confrontation. Now let's move on the second major section, generational difference in communication. Uh, the younger generations in Malaysia, often referred to as digital native, has grown up in a world dominated by technology. They are highly comfortable with social media, instant messaging, and other digital platform. As a result, they tend to prefer visual content such as short video and infographic, and often use informal language, including slang and emoji in their communications. In contrast, other generation in Malaysia often prefer more traditional forms of communication. They value face-to-face interactions and phone calls, and they tend to rely on traditional media sources like television, radio, and newspapers for information. Additional, they often use more formal language, placing high value on politeness and clarity. To summarize these differences, let's look at the comparison table. We can see that younger generation tends to favor digital communication method, social media, and informal language, while other generation prefer traditional media and formal language. This difference and circle of communicator to understand. Now, let's explore how to combination of culture diversity and generations differences impact audience analysis. This combination of factors presents several challenges for communicators. First, designing messages that resonate with such a diverse audience can be difficult. What's work for one culture group or generation may not work for another. Second, communicators must be culturally uh, sensitive to avoid uh, stereotype and misunderstanding. Finally, selecting the right channels to reach different generations is critical. Uh, However, these challenges also present opportunities by segmenting audiences based on culture and generations. Factories, communicators can tailor their messages to be more effective, creating customers the content that speak directly to the need and uh, preference of specific groups can lead to increased in engagement and a stronger relationship with the audience. To illustrate this, let's look at a case study. Company name launched a campaign that effectively targeted Malaysia's diverse audience by using multi-gore content, leveraging targeted social media platform and incorporating culture references. The result with significant increases in brand awareness and positive audience agreement. This case study demonstrates the power of understanding and adapting to culture and generations differences. Finally, let's conclude our presentation. To review, we've described how culture diversity and generation difference are key factors in audience communication. We've seen that effective communication requires a deep understanding of this difference and willingness to adapt. By using targeted communication strategies, we can overcome the challenges posed by this diversity and build stronger connection with our audiences. Here are the references for our presentation. Thank you for your attention. I hope the presentation has given you a better understanding of the culture and the generation influences on audience communication in Malaysia.